Hello and welcome to a new episode of Trains App, and the first one for 2022, and we are at Stafford on the West Coast Mainline. We're seeing services from Avanti West Coast, London Northwestern Railway, CrossCountry, and with any luck, some freight as well. Probably going to be doing this in two parts, with both parts being equally lengthy. So there'll be the morning stint and then the afternoon session. It's currently 9:45 in the morning, so I've got a fair few hours to go. There's a few freight trains have already passed through in the process of the morning. Some pretty good ones. There was a rail tour that came through quite early. I was never going to get here that early. But having had a cheeky look on the old real-time trains, it looks like there's going to be a fair few decent things coming along. This Avanti West Coast Pendolino 390-153 is running ECS to Crewe from Oxley Car MD. So I think that's going to be here for about another 4 minutes. And then in theory it should continue onwards. Whilst I was getting myself set, my lord. Wow, you've started already. Good man. As I was getting myself set up, a 390 Pendolino headed off from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston, and a London Northwestern Railway Class 350 departed bound for Birmingham New Street from Crewe. So, with that being said, let's see what else shall turn up. Okay, well, as the autofocus does its own thing, there we go. Incoming here is 350-118, leading one of our classmates with the 0952 London Northwestern Railway service from Crewe to London Euston, worked via the Trent Valley route. Looks like we've got the full complement of full Northwestern Railway branding on these 350s, so I shall get the rear set when she departs. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be an Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London Euston to Blackpool North. 390-156. As now departing is 350-118 with the 0952 London Northwestern Railway service to London Euston. On the rear is 350-110. Okay, having moved up into the other end of the station, we have 350-106 coming in with the 0956 London Northwestern Railway service from Birmingham New Street to Crewe via Stoke-on-Trent. I'm moving up this end of the world, A, to get the Avanti West Coast 390 heading off to Crewe, but to also catch what I presume is a partial loco refresher or route learner that's doing a Crewe Bass Hall to Crewe Bass Hall. It literally just comes from Crewe into Stafford, then heads back up again. So it could be a 90, or maybe a pair of 90s. We shall see. Again, that's departing is 350-106 with the 0956 London Northwestern Railway service to Crewe. The Pendolino should be heading off at about 10. Okay, our first freight train of the day is going to be worked by a Freightliner Class 66 going from Crewe Bass Hall to Southampton. Worked by 66-555. Not the most fully loaded of things, but a nice mixture of containers and tank tainers on there. As our 390 is now heading off for Crewe. Plenty of sparks coming off that pantograph, crikey. And we then have another Avanti West Coast class 390 passing through from Glasgow Central to London Euston. Works by 390 129. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be one of the many variations of Tampa we have on the network, going from Walsall Tampa sidings to Carnforth. Well, it's Carnforth bottom end CE sidings for the full shaboodle. Looks like it's picking up one of the chaps down there in the former parcel sidings. I wonder if, with the introduction of, you know, the rail operations group, parcel trains are going to be running around, if they're going to use the parcel sidings here at Stafford. Because it still has the Raw Mail branding there. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's still there. In fact, I'm not even too sure if they are still used. I mean, they might be for all I know, but I've never seen any Raw Mail working ever cool here. Things could change. Just noticed the one of the LEDs on that flipping away like a good one. Doing about turn quickly, bear with me. Yep. Light is green. So this is DR 75013. Amazing bit of kit, really is. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be a duo of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s working the 1014 London Liverpool Street, really? No, Liverpool Lime Street to Birmingham New Street service. Leading the way is 350-246. And then we've got, say, Freightliner 66 coming down. On the rear of this is 350-265. Doing about turn. Here she be. This is worked by 66-416. So they're going to get ready to switch ends, and it'll then head back out. Okay, now departing is the 10:14 London Northwestern Railway service to Birmingham New Street from Liverpool Lime Street. Not London Liverpool Street. Well, you could do it if you really wanted to. If you know, if the powers that be really wanted to work that sort of service, then crack on. It is doable. Just be a very long journey. Especially if you want to go via Stafford. That could actually be a rail tour. Yeah. London Liverpool Street to Birmingham New Street via Crewe and Stafford. It works. Right then, I think she's ready for the off. Very gentle pull away. Still nice to see nonetheless. Okay, the next train to come slowly through the station will be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 in the form of 390043, working a service from Edinburgh Waverley to London Euston via Birmingham New Street. Okay, the next train to disturb the peace is going to be a pair of cross-country voyagers working the 10:24 service from Manchester Piccadilly to Bournemouth. There'll be a 2:20 at the front and a 2:21 on the rear. So, leading this, complete with blood splatter and feathers, is 2:20.009. Now she'll get to the rear set when she heads off. Okay, the next train to arrive is going to be the 10:24 Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Liverpool Lime Street. This is worked by 390042. They do just look amazing, don't they? 390s really are just stunning EMUs. Okay then, it looks like the 10:24 cross-country service to Bournemouth is about ready to depart. As with all cross-country services, it will be going via Birmingham New Street. Is the nameplate on that. 221-130 on the rear. Once it reaches Southampton Central, it will then run non-stop to Bournemouth, because I do believe they normally call it Brockenhurst. Okay, then, now departing is 39042 with the 1024 Avanti West Coast service to Liverpool Lime Street. Oh, there'll be a pair of 220s then. Okay, we have two trains down in the distance. The first is going to be the 1028 cross-country service from Bournemouth to Manchester Piccadilly. The second will be an Avanti West Coast class 390 Pendolino going from London Euston to Glasgow Central. Okay, so leading proceedings will be 220.017. And 220.001 is on the rear. Then we have 390.044. Royal Scot. That is, of course, the 390 that last year attempted to beat the speed record from London Euston to Glasgow Central and just missed it out by, what was it, 20 odd seconds or something like that? But that was due to a speed restriction around Carstairs, if my memory serves me right. Because I was attempting to beat a record set by the APT. Okay, and getting ready to depart will be the 1028 cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. Away she goes. Okay, as I sort myself out, incoming now is making a bit of blimey, making a bit of a racket is going to be the 1035 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Crewe. Leading proceedings is former Transpennine 350-405. With another former Transpennine unit in the form of 350-410 bringing up the rear. That'll be here for about 4 minutes before heading off. Okay, but ready to depart now will be the 1035 London Northwestern Railway service to Crewe. And down in the distance will be our next train, which will be the 1038 London Northwestern Railway service from Birmingham New Street to Liverpool Lime Street. Yeah, I'm already ahead of you, love. Jolly good show. Right, this is also worked by a former Transpennine unit in the form of 350-408. And on the rear is 350-128. Lovely job. Okay, next part is going to be the 10:38 London Northwestern Railway service to Liverpool Lime Street. Sounded like it was winding up. I'll give the driver his due, he's not hanging about. Crikey. See, I don't know why this chap feels the need to make another audible announcement when Anne has already done that. The people on that platform already know that this is the 10:41 Avanti West Coast service from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston, calling only at London Euston. Ooh. And it's their Climate Hero 390. Seen it a fair few times, but just never been able to film it. I love what they've done with it. It really does look snazzy. Snazzy being the official term. And it is 390-121. Very delicately done. Well done, you. It's cracking, isn't it? Okay, about to the part now is 39121 with the 10:41 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston. Onwards she goes. Okay, and coming now is 35409, another one of the former Transpennine units, with a service bound for Birmingham New Street. I believe this would have come from Crewe via Stoke-on-Trent. I'll get the times for you when she departs. Okay, the next train to public appearance is going to be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. 390-013. I can listen to trains thundering over a set of points all day. Okay, about ready to depart now is going to be the 10:49 London Northwestern Railway service from Crewe to Birmingham New Street as a Collis Rail Class 56 is coming in with the Pinnock's SO branch sidings to Crewe Bass Hall aggregates train. The 56 will run around its wagons, then head back up to Crewe, as up there is going to be a pairing of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s going from Crewe to London Euston. While others have had it breaks underneath the bridge so you can't actually see it, all you can do is hear it. The London Northwestern Railway service will be the 10:52 to London Euston. And at some point there should be an Avanti West Coast service rolling through from Edinburgh Waverley to... No, from... Is it actually from Edinburgh? Is it Edinburgh to London or London to Edinburgh? Either way, it's one of them. As here we have 350-377. I'll get the rear set when she departs. Okay, departing now is going to be the 10:52 London Northwestern Railway service from Crewe to London Euston. As behind me will be an Avanti West Coast class 390 Pendolino going from London Euston to Edinburgh Waverley that came via Birmingham New Street. This is worked by 390 124. On the rear of the London Northwestern set, it's 350 116. And here is 56096. It seems to be permanently on this working. Not that I'm complaining. As we also have a West Midlands Railway. I think it's their new. Oh, see, is it the EMU or DMU that's coming along at the moment? I think it might be the diesel multiple unit that's coming along. That's going from Nuneaton to Crewe. Oh no, it's the EMU. It's the 3-car set. Are they class 730s? I'm not too sure, I'll find out in a moment. Right, here we go. They do look snazzy, don't they? First time seeing it in person. 730 005. They do look good. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be a 390 Pendolino going from Crewe to London Euston. Sees the return of 390 153. Okay, the next train to arrive is going to be the 10:57 London Northwestern Railway service to Crewe from Birmingham New Street via Stoke-on-Trent, and it is worked by 350 263. Absolutely filthy on the sides. Mind you, I can't really say much, just see the state of my car. Whew. The amount of dirt that's been on the road that thing's picked up, my word. Alright then, she's bursting into life, ready to run around her train. Ooh. Ooh, yes please. I like. I like a lot. Right then, I'm going to head up the other end as there will be a Greater Anglia class 720 coming along, going from Milton Keynes to Rugby, doing mileage accumulation runs. Okay, having done its part for the environment, it's now coming back up. I do an about turn to find 390 006 passing through. Rethink Mental Illness going from Glasgow Central to London Euston. Then we have a DB Cargo UK Class 66 going from Trafford Park Euro Terminal to Southampton West Docks berth 109. 66041. Nice mixture of containers on there, plenty of colour, and a full load. Right, move over here, because that will be the Greater Anglia Class 720. It's going to go into platform 1, wait, and then it's going to head back down to Rugby. I think it's Rugby Signal something or other.
For your safety and comfort, this station operates a no smoking policy.
I'm sure someone will try to get on it. So, doing the test is going to be 720-525. Very nice indeed. Okay, 56096 is coming back to couple up to the 2 wagons to then take off to Crewe. Apologies to those who are offended by one of the choice words on that wagon. Lovely job. Well, they'll then get coupled, put the tail lamp on the other end, and then head off. Okay, Greater Anglia 720-525 is now heading back down towards Rugby. Okay, the next train to arrive is going to be the 1111 London Northwestern Railway service from Liverpool Lime Street to Birmingham New Street, worked by a pair of Class 350s. Leading proceedings is 350-107. With 350-372 bringing up the rear. 56 is fired up. Crying out loud. Oh, does have to shuffle up. Away she goes. And as parting is the 1111 London Northwestern Railway service to Birmingham New Street. Had to be sod's law that it was an 8-car... Oh my lord, that looks terrible. Had to be a sod's law it was an 8-car train. Just as the 56 was departing as well, but... can't win them all. Okay, the next train to make appearance is going to be a Collis Rail Class 70 going from Mount Sorrel to Carlisle North Yard.
The train now approaching platform 5 does not stop here. Please stand where you
.7813, sounding absolutely stunning, with a brand new load of wagons. Oh god, that 70 sounded good. Okay, here we have 390040, catching me slightly off guard. Going from Blackpool North to London Euston via Birmingham New Street. That sun is right in the wrong spot, has been all morning. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be the 1124 Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Liverpool Lime Street.
Platform 3 from the 1124 Avanti West Coast service to Liverpool Lime Street.
I'm already well ahead of you.
Calling at Crewe, Liverpool.
Okay then, here we have 390-138.
CrossCountry service to Freightliner via Oxford, Wolverhampton, Birmingham, Coventry, Liverpool Spa, Banbury, Oxford, and
City of London. Lovely job. And the next train to make an appearance is going to be the 1128 cross-country service from Manchester Piccadilly to Reading via Birmingham New Street and Coventry. Worked by just the one 221 Super Voyager. Although the tilting mechanism in the cross-country units has been disabled. So here we have 221-121. Lovely. Okay, our next part now will be the 1124 Avanti West Coast service to Liverpool Lime Street. Next calling point will be Crewe. Okay, the next train drive is going to be the 1128 cross-country service from Bournemouth to Manchester Piccadilly. So, leading the way is going to be 221-140, the 4-car version, with 221-120 on the rear. Voila. Okay, the next train to pass through slowly will be an Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino going from London Euston to Glasgow Central via the Trent Valley route. This is worked by 390-126. wailing away like a ghost. Okay, Birmingham partner will be 221121 with the 1128 cross-country service to Reading. Okay, coming in now is the 1135 London Northwestern Railway service to Crewe, worked by 35242. And she brings 35112 along just for good measure. And at last the sun is, well, making a decent breakthrough. So I just start getting warm. Okay, but registered partner will be the 1135 London Northwestern Railway service to Crewe. Is it really? Jolly good show. Okay, the next train driver is going to be the 1141 Avanti West Coast service from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. As behind will be the 1138 London Northwestern Railway service from Birmingham New Street to Liverpool Lime Street, worked by a pair of Class 350s. I just said that. Okay, so coming in behind me will be 35265. Here's 39157. And 246 will bring up the rear. Again, that's parting is the 1138 London Northwestern Railway service to Liverpool Lime Street. Certainly not hanging about. Okay, 39157 is now departing with the 1141 Avanti West Coast service from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston, running non-stop all the way into our nation's capital. And as she pulls away, I shall leave part one there. Thank you all very much for watching, it is greatly appreciated. If you have enjoyed what you've seen today, then please do like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment, I do get back to them as and when I get the opportunity to. This one's called Chad Vara. I'm going to go and get myself a spot of lunch and then come back for an afternoon stint. Having had a cheeky little look-see, there will be plenty of freight coming along, and I think we may even catch the London Northwestern Railway, the West Midlands Railway Class 730 on test, assuming that I finish the lunch quick enough. So, I shall hopefully see you all in part two. Take care, guys. Goodbye.